If you go up to virtually anyone and say to them, "I love to fail," they're going to think you're crazy, and even saying "I love to fail" even now feels counterintuitive, like a declaration of pride in mediocrity. You hear phrases like "failure is not an option" being spouted by public figures, but the point still stands. When you try doing something different and you're successful, you learn what works, and it's a confidence boost because it makes you feel competent and capable. We all love our ego stroked, don't we? But what about when you fail? Learning how to fail correctly is a skill most never learn and fewer still master. But after this video, let's see if I can elevate you just a little bit and induct you into the I Love to Fail Club. My name is Leroy, and it is my goal to become the best version of myself. And if you are someone interested in improving yourself, then I'd suggest you stick around because we have a lot to talk about. First things first, discard hope. Not like that, but what I'm saying is that taking a chance on something and simply hoping for the best is a setup for disappointment. Failure is not unthinkable, it is simply a fact of life, and keeping in mind the possibility of failure is responsible and a favor you're doing for yourself. Let's say you were starting a small business and you'd invested your savings into inventory and even rented out a small shop. Opening day comes and goes, and after 2 months your business tanks and you have to close shop. You failed. You now have no business, no alternate routes, and no clear direction, and it's a tough place to be for anyone. What I'm getting at is that you may be able to circumvent being stuck in that discouraged place with 2 simple words: contingency plan. What's that mean? Ask yourself this: how many plans do you have? You have a goal, maybe starting a YouTube channel, getting promoted at work, whatever it may be, and that is plan A. The way you're choosing to act in order to achieve that goal is your plan. That's plan A. But my friend, do you have a plan B, C, D, or E? Don't be pessimistic and expect to fail. But remember that failure is possible, so plan for that too. Say your one plan falls through. What is the next step? What's the quickest way for you to regroup and get back on your feet? What's another approach you can take to attain your goal? Don't think of your goal as a single airtight plan. Think of it as a destination with many different roads you can take to get there. Your different approaches to a plan or a goal are more like a checklist. First option didn't work? Noted. Now what's the next option on the list to try? It's a process of elimination, and you're crossing out paths to your success that didn't work. You didn't fail at achieving the big thing you set out to do. You failed at gaining momentum through one of the methods that you chose to try. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket, and don't hinge everything on one moment, on one singular thing working out. Try, fail, learn, adapt. If you find yourself desperately clinging onto something being successful, then you could be getting your hopes up very high, with the possibility of a long plummet back down to square one. The energy of desperation is one that's tainted, and acting from a place of desperation can cloud your judgment and throw you off your game, thus increasing the likelihood of failure. Be enthusiastic and optimistic, but let your optimism be grounded and firm, because you're aware that if one way doesn't work, there's always another method beckoning you onward still. Dispense the manic and blind optimism that social media sells you and stand sure in a more balanced version of it. Embrace the game of trial and error with solid footing, and you'll see how quickly you progress. In the era of social media and the expectation that we all need to be perfect, it can feel embarrassing and even shameful to fail. What will strangers think? Or worse, friends and family? What if you try something and you get laughed at for failing miserably? What if you look pathetic? What if you get rejected? I can't tell you how to grow a thicker skin, and becoming unshakable is a process all on its own. What I will tell you is that failing, struggling, and uphill battles do teach you how to be a stronger person and how to get back up on the horse. So often we blow the idea of failure out of proportion, but the silver lining is there too. I've failed countless times. I've embarrassed myself. I've been rejected, I've lost out on money and opportunities and dignity. And what did I learn, even after those times I'd failed spectacularly? That the world didn't end, that life goes on, and that some things are just a long process and failures here and there are a normal and standard part of that process. I'm so resilient now, and when you learn how to move with intention and embracing the possibility of failure, it will be so hard for things to break your stride and so difficult for a setback to break your spirit. Always remember that your life is a garden and you are the gardener. Your reality may not always be a bed of roses, but through trial and error, you'll find you end up with rich soil and an abundant harvest. If you want to keep growing like me and ultimately live out your best timeline of existence, then hit the subscribe button and click the like, because it's free to do and because each click helps me get to be a little bit better at Fortnite. I'll see you in the next one.